Hi, maybe you'll help me figure this out. So, today at work, I snapped at something pretty small. And if you work in customer service, then you might know what I'm about to get into. And it bothered me more than it should have. A customer asked me about the bathrooms being locked. And before I could even finish explaining how it works, because it's a single bathroom, you go in, you lock it. Simple. And it says it's occupied. She cut me off as I'm explaining with a rude tone, something so minor that shouldn't have gotten under my skin, but it did. And it hit me harder because of the kind of day I was having, and I was tired, overworked, running on no breakfast, barely any sleep, mentally drained. You guys know the feeling. And that's exactly why things like this push people to the edge. That's why you see people snap sometimes, and you're like, how did that person's so nice? How do they just never seen them like that before? And it wasn't because of the issue itself, but because it piles on top of everything else you're carrying. It's not what happened. I don't care about that lady. It's that accumulating on everything else. Thing is like what the Joker said. All it takes is a little push. What really pissed me off wasn't just what she said, it was the tone, the lack of patience, the lack of trying to understand, the lack of allowing me to help her. It felt like she came in ready to be upset, ready to pick a fight, ready to give me a little jab when I wasn't expecting anything. And I just happened to be the person standing there too. I was helping out another department. I work in the supermarket and just happened to be in the line of fire, of course. But it messed with me for hours. And it was small, and I snapped back. I didn't say anything super rude, but I kind of like checked her in a sense. And she kind of like acknowledged me and then just kept on walking. Like, I don't, like, she didn't really want to deal with it either, but it bothered me quite a bit. And it's frustrating knowing that a customer like herself can go to a supervisor, complain, and suddenly I have to apologize. The customer's always right. And for something that, I wasn't even wrong about. But I think what really bothered me is the fact that they have the power, right? To kind of push you around. You're the little guy. You're just an employee there. You have to serve me. And I get it. It's customer services in the name. But damn, do I hate that shit. and and it's not even because they're right, but because the normal rule is the customer is always right. And today I had zero patience left, and if she had complained, I don't think I would have apologized. Like, I was like at that point where it was like, you want to go complain, go complain. I don't care. I don't give a shit. I ain't gonna apologize. you know and it was something simple. Wasn't even something that anybody would complain about, but it was like, lady, if you do decide to exercise that little leg room that you have, believe me, you're gonna be surprised when you can't. I wasn't in the headspace for fake humility, is what I'm saying. But the truth is, it wasn't just about her. Because throughout the day, I was thinking about what was really pissing me off. Because my whole day was kind of bad. Bad sleep, the rushing, the stress, the feeling of being stuck. The weight of knowing I'm not where I want to be in my life. And this isn't like a boo hoo story. The pressure of working 8 to 9 days straight, and I mean, I know there's people who've worked a lot longer than that, but I've been doing this for quite a little while now and for full time hours. And I'm splitting to two different departments doing extra labor. So that's fun. For pay that barely covers anything, you know. The only reason why I still work at this job is because the pay isn't super bad. It's just enough to go, but not enough to really cover anything. The frustration of having dreams and goals bigger than where I'm standing right now in my life, and maybe you guys understand that feeling. It's that feeling of having no control. That's the real trigger. Because I look around and I see people who are fine being here forever. I mean, people who have made up the decision in their mind that they're going to stay there forever and they're not going anywhere. Fine, cool. Hey, man, that's you. More power to you. That's their life, their whole future. And there's nothing wrong with that. But that's not for me. I'm young, I have bigger plans, I have bigger ambitions. But this is just temporary. But temporary doesn't mean short. I quickly realized, of course, right? But temporary can be years. And I mean a lot of years. Temporary can feel like forever when you're grinding with nothing to show for it yet. And today made me realize something important. It's not the job, it's not even the customers. And most customers are nice. It was just that one lady. It's not even the bad morning that I had. It's the feeling that I'm trapped in a situation I'm working hard to escape, but haven't escaped yet. It's patience. That's my biggest weakness. Patience has always been my weakness, because I like to finish things and be done and that's it, not have to worry about it. But when there's something pending, that gets to me. Because grinding is actually easy. Working hard is easy. Showing up is easy. What's hard is doing it every day for months or years before anything changes. What's hard is knowing you've done all you can today, and now all you can do is wait. That's the real battle. But even with all that, I still pushed through. Even with a bad mood, a headache, stress, and frustration, I still showed up and did what I had to do. I guess that means something. That shows strength even when I don't feel strong. But now that I'm home, calm, and now thinking clearly and reflecting on the day, I can look at today and say it was somewhat of a win. Or better yet, I can look at it as I'm not where I want to be, but I'm closer than I was last year. Even if it's not financially or physically, but mentally, experience wise, I'm closer than I was 2 years ago. And a year from now, I'll be grateful that I kept going. Some days you're tired, some days you're angry, some days everything feels pointless, but you keep moving. You bear the weight because you know what you're working towards. Even if you don't have a specific goal in mind, you're working towards something. Greatness isn't handed to you, it's built through days like this. And this was a pretty minor day, but it was all my emotions, all my situations accumulated into one day. And just for some reason, I decided to go through the moods today when I was at work, and then the lady and everything accumulated. days where you don't want to show up, but you do anyway. So, yeah, today sucked. Join the club, right? There's nothing unique to just me alone. I'm pretty sure everybody, everybody watching is going through the same thing, if not worse. So, but I still won. I still got through today. And tomorrow, I'll show up again. Not because I want to, but because I'm determined to get somewhere better. Sometimes the anger, the frustration, the exhaustion, it's just fuel in a sense. If you know how to redirect it correctly, it's a reminder of why I need to keep pushing, why patience matters, why every single day counts. And even if today felt heavy, I'm still getting closer. Slow, but closer. And that's enough. And so, though that being said, I just wanted to say that um, life is pretty complex and complicated. And it's always the small things that actually get you more than the big things. But just remember that you're not alone and you do have the strength to push through. So I hope that maybe you guys understand, maybe you guys experience the same thing, maybe worse. Share your stories down below. And yeah, see you around.